Kimra, your favorite mystic, and we're back with your brain fart. We're back with the Ascendant series, and we'll just jump right in. The Ascendant is your physical make, your physical personality, your personality, your upbringing. It represents your entire life, basically, and how you go about each area of your life in different ways. So now we're doing Scorpio Ascendant, and let's just get right into it. So Scorpio Ascendant looks. This is one of my favorite ascendants as well. These motherfuckers look creepy. They look creepy. They look sexy. They look interesting. That's magnetism, sexual magnetism, right on the physical, like right in the eyes, on the face. So they have a look about them that can draw you in, or something about them that make you feel like they either want to fuck you or kill you. You just probably are just not gonna know which, or you're just gonna. Plutonic energy has like this love or hate vibe, so they tend to attract that. A lot of people that turn their heads, or a lot of second glances, a lot of second looks you get with the Scorpio Ascendant. How they look, they could be dangerous looking. They could have an edgy look to them, be a provocative look, sexy, dark sunglasses, mysterious, all black, hoodies, all that and in between. When it comes to how they attain their resources, they do tend to attract people that just want to give them stuff, or they do usually find themselves in situations where they are provided for financially, and they're able to enjoy a certain level of comfort without necessarily having to work too hard for it, if at all. They can be manipulative, or they can come off like, like they're hiding behind the scenes. They can pop up on your ass too, like straight up and down. You probably won't even see or hear them coming sometimes. Early life could have been moving a lot, could have been a lot of travel here and there, just a lot of instability as far as finances go or resources go. Probably wasn't. Could have been just a lot of moving. Also, their financial stability can come and go, and they could also just really tie a lot of their belief system into their financial stability. Early upbringing could have been restrictive in some way. Mom could have been straight up harsh or domineering, especially to the physical body in some way, or just really strict and just stern. They could have been left to do things on their own, or expected to have a certain level of independence, emotional independence, especially pretty early on. Like they weren't necessarily getting coddled by mama. Spirituality and even giving back to others, and just over like alcohol indulgence, those very Piscean things could be really fun for a Scorpio Ascendant. Their drinking could get out of control pretty easily. Like, it's really fun for them to just put back a couple. Like they like their substances. Like, I can't front. They find it fun. And they also do enjoy the healing practices, astrology, those hidden areas, and really diving deep into those mysterious parts of life that other people are kind of afraid to uncover. They're into all that shit. Their work could be they could get into like work where it's like more physically demanding, or they're required to be use more of their body. And Scorpio ascendants usually do have stamina out of this world, so they do well in daily jobs where they're required to be more like, their athleticism really shines in their daily work and routine. They're usually the ones that are called to, these are usually like strong people or sturdy people, or their bodies are usually very strong. They're usually the ones that you want to call to help move some furniture around. they have a stable side to them that they don't really see. They really have, they could be really concerned with being like the breadwinner, but I won't say on the surface. On the surface, they can come off lazy and like they want to leech off of the nearest source. But in reality, there's a side to them that is just waiting to be more stable and really waiting to show their responsible side and reliable side. And they really want to do that and be able to come through for other people and be like that partner in a relationship. And as far as relationships go, they tend to attract a partner who's really into clothes. They could be spendthrifts. They could be into shoplifting. I'm just saying different ways it could play out. They could be into like clothing or skincare. They could really be known for going to get things, or being very resourceful and being active in their pursuit of earthly indulgences like food. They could really also attract partners that just plain old fashioned love to cook and eat. Their sexual identity could be, it could change. They could be bisexual. I've seen Scorpio ascendants, a lot of them be bisexual. Scorpio energy in general can be pretty sexually fluid. But with Scorpio ascendant in particular, they don't really seem to, this is not everybody, you gotta look at the aspects, but they don't usually seem to stick to one sexual preference or identity. It kind of goes depending on sex is very psychological and mental for them also. So it really just depends on their thought pattern and how what they think goes a lot into what turns them on in the first place. So I just don't really see them as being so gender focused as far as sexual orientation goes. They really seem to be emotionally tied to freedom and being able to physically go. Like if they get upset, these are the people that are going to want to storm out. They're going to want to go get some fresh air or hop on a plane, who knows, and just basically go get their own, they want to get out and just be able to think on their own terms without the voices of other people. And they feel like the farther they can get outside of that bubble, the more they can do that. So self-expression is really big on them, even to an emotional degree. And travel is big to them too, even so like they really do have a real sense of travel, or they could even have friends that are long distance that they really have a tight bond with or an emotional connection to. They could form emotional connections quite easily actually from long distances, Scorpio ascendants. Now these people are creative. All the water signs are really, they rule like inspiration and creativity and all that stuff. Scorpio ascendants are no different. They really do shine when it comes to performance, art, or performing their creativity, or performing whatever craft it is that they're good at. They really do shine. They could really find themselves getting real recognition and respect and awards and accomplishments for just basically expressing their creative pastimes, what they really know and love, and what they're best at doing. Because Scorpios usually do take their time and craft, just similar to Capricorns. They can really hone a skill. So whatever skill it is that they've honed, they really do well to not keep that to themselves and express that on a public platform. It's usually taken very well and really well received when Scorpio ascendants do that. When it comes to their family life and groups, it can give them anxiety being in groups. Scorpios, you know how they can be in groups. They could just find it odd or off-putting and just a little bit uncomfortable at times. It can just give them anxiety. They're sensitive. They're psychic, and the Scorpios very easily pick up on other people's karmic baggage real easily. So sometimes when they're looking cold and distant, it's not necessarily because they're mean or they're trying to be assholes, but more so like Capricorn ascendants, like Cancer ascendants, they're trying to protect their like psychic field, because they're very watery and they very easily can attach other people's energy and pick up on other people's energy. So that can really affect them. Groups can really make them nervous, or they can be really picky about the groups they associate themselves with, or groups that they get involved with. They can be super picky about that stuff. When it comes to their subconscious side and what they probably need to self-heal, to get a hold of that side of themselves that they don't easily access, which for them is Libra and Venusian comfort and just being comfortable and having like probably a stable relationship, I would say they would have to get a hold of the drinking and the overindulgence in alcohol and escapism. That could be really, really, really big with this ascendant. They tend to feel lonely, and also that lack of security that they might not feel from establishing their own financial security. They can tend to just, with the anxiety, that Scorpio ascendants can carry a lot of baggage. So the drinking could be a way to self-medicate, but it could actually make it worse, and they would actually do better in relationships and in art. Art, expressing themselves creatively, is like their best outlet, I'm telling you, especially for Scorpio ascendants. And they have so much beauty and talent to give to the world. You guys are so creative and blessed. Like, express that. You're healing yourself and you're healing us by sharing it. So do that. And I think that's all I have for Scorpio ascendants. That was fun. Check me out on the next one. We'll be doing Sagittarius ascendant next. Please do feel free to subscribe so you can keep updates on when I'll be posting next. Until next time.